All right, Trickster kids, you are my last group to do a video for. I'm exhausted. It's 11 o'clock. I know that's early for you kids, but for us old folk, it's pretty late. So here we go. I'm going to do this myth analysis worksheet with you as if we were doing it together in class. So let's just jump in. So we know that the myth title is How Coyote Came by His Powers. We know that this is, I'm telling you, this is a Native American myth. I don't know exactly what tribe. I don't know where in North America they're from. This is a North American myth. Native American myth. So let's go straight into the comprehension. This is the part where we really make sure that we understand all the different parts of the myth. So looking at the text organization, it's definitely in order, beginning, middle, end. There's really no jumping around. So because this is a highlighted box, we don't even have to type anything. We just simply have to erase the stuff that's wrong, and we are left with the answer. So let's look at the beginning of the text. Let's look at the setting in particular. So when, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put ancient times because we don't know when. Let's look at where, and the where is going to be all over the earth. And the setting does not change. The setting did not change. So really all we have to do is just leave it at that because if it changed, we would have to say how it changed. But it didn't, so we can leave it as the setting did not change. So we are going to go and list the characters. So the major character is who? The coyote, right? So we are going to say the major character is the coyote, and we're just going to come back to our story really quick, and we're going to say, okay, we have the Great Spirit. We don't really have the grizzly bear, right? The grizzly bear is mentioned, the eagle is mentioned, the salmon is mentioned, but they're not actually really characters in our story. We don't ever meet them, but we do meet the coyote's twin fox, and we meet coyote's wife mole. So I think that's pretty much it. We have the spirit chief, we have fox, and we have mole. Oof. It would be helpful if I could spell, wouldn't it? All right, so we have the spirit chief, and then who? Fox and mole. And we could even say a reminder, fox is his brother, and mole is his wife, which he's very, very mean to. Don't be mean to your wives, gentlemen. All right, main conflict. Did the main character have a problem or a goal? I would argue that he had both. You could definitely say he had a problem, and his problem is that he tried to cheat the system. You could also say that he had a goal, and his goal was to basically get rid of this bad name that he had. Coyote was a bad name with known for a life of just being degraded and vulgarity, just a bad life. And he wanted to get rid of that name. He wanted a better name, a powerful name like grizzly bear, eagle, salmon. So really, you could go either way with this, and it's really, really, really up to you and up to the quote that you get from the text. But because I'm doing this with you, and because by doing it with you, I mean I'm doing it at home at 11 o'clock at night, and you're going to watch it later, I'm going to go with he had a goal. So I'm sure that you'll all put that he had a goal as well because you're with me. But you can do problem if you want to. Okay, so we're going to say that he has a goal. And his goal was to get a better name. All right. And we got to find a quote for support, because everything in English, almost any opinion that you could have is right if you support it with proof. If I, as your teacher, disagree with your opinion, but you've given proof and your proof makes sense with your opinion, I cannot mark you wrong for that. So proof is everything in an English class. Well, really in any class where you're writing an essay, but in an English class. So I am looking for proof that Coyote wants a better name. So we're going to say that he was hated by everybody. That's important because we need to understand why he wants a better name. Okay. And then we're going to say that he bragged about the great name he would choose. He bragged about being able to change his name. Okay. So there we go. All right. And then we come to the middle of the text, and we're really just putting the main events. So the first main event is that all of the animals are going to be put in charge of a human tribe, right? They're kind of going to be the watcher and the boss of these human tribes when humans are about to come, right? Humans aren't on the earth yet. So all of the animals are going to be put in charge of the human tribe, and they get to pick their names, and they really get to steal their names from each other. And so event 2 is all of the planning and preparation and really the actual act of Coyote trying to be a trickster and cheat the system. That's really what he's trying to do. He's trying to trick them and stay up later than everybody and be at the front of the line and hold his eyes open. And then event 3 is that he falls asleep. He is stuck with his name. And he's upset about it. Now, in the end, we're definitely going to say, yeah, he had a failure. He failed at his goal, right? He failed at his goal. So the failure was that he fell asleep and that he was unable to change to a better name, right? And the quote for support that we're going to find here is we just need to find a quote that shows he's stuck. So we're going to go to the end, and we're going to say that the spirit chief tells him, nope, sorry. Your name is still available, and in fact, your name is the only name that is available because no one wants to steal such a bad name. And then there's still more to the story. It's not over because there is a lesson, there is a theme. And the lesson that we get here is that you really, well, first off, you shouldn't try to cheat the system, right? So you really shouldn't try to cheat the system. And then additionally, I think the bigger lesson here is that you should just be happy with who you are. The Great Spirit Chief, when he saw that Coyote was so sad about having his horrible name, he gives him a responsibility. He gives him a job. He says, hey, because you have this name, you have to do this incredible stuff. And because you have to do this incredible stuff, you have to protect these people. You have to protect these weak, insignificant humans from these monsters that are going to try to attack them. So he gives Coyote this amazing job, which is really to say, be happy with who you are because you can be important. And so that's really the lesson that we learned. So we're going to find the two quotes. We're going to find one quote to show that you shouldn't cheat the system. And that comes with the slanty eye part. Right? He tried to cheat the system by putting the sticks in his eyes, and then it just kind of messed up his eyes, and forevermore the Native American people have a slant to their eyes. But then a quote for the overarching lesson, and the more important lesson here is that you know, you got to be happy with who you are. Coyote, you are sent to fight and destroy the people devouring monsters, to prepare a land for the coming people. And so you have this really important job that you need to do. So be happy with who you are. Be happy with the name that you have. All right. I need to pick it up because I only have 15 minutes in this video and I need to get this mythical elements. So, setting. Where does it take place? Well, it does take place on Earth, but it definitely takes place a long time ago when the Earth was young, before humans, right? So that's important. And so again, I need my quote, I need my evidence. So we're just going to take this whole part. Oh no, here we go. We'll take this part. And then this just shows that there was about to be a new world with people. Now, I know the Great Spirit Chief calls his people, but clearly this was in the animal world. So he's calling this people who are animals. All right. And then we have events. Nope, I'm sorry, we have characters. So the characters are spirit chiefs, and animals. And again, we can go ahead and take this as our quote, and this tells us that the spirit chief and the animals rule the world. Okay. Events. What did it explain? Well, it does explain the creation of humans, of Indians, of Native Americans, and it also explains the coyote's role in life, right? And so we're definitely going to get a quote for that. We'll just take, because I'm short on time, I'm at 13.5 minutes and I only have 15 before the video cuts. So I'm just gonna try to go rapid fire. So, you know, all of these roles and this quote really mean that coyote, animal people had an important job. And they should be proud of who they are. Oh, goodness. 1 minute. So what was the lesson? I honestly am just going to come back up here and I'm going to take this because this is a lesson. And it's a little repetitive for me to put it in 2 boxes, and I'll probably make that change for next year. But here we go. Oops. All right, and I'm going to take these quotes as well. All right, I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to come back with a video doing the paragraph, and then we are done, and you can move on to working on your own on Myth 2. So, see you in a minute.